Hello ladies and gentlemen, I know I've been gone some time, but I thought I'd just come on and show you. I've been making some gift boxes for birthdays or Christmas, and I thought I'd do something different with the Common Garden toilet roll. Okay, what I've actually done here is, now I'm not terribly good at measurements. One of the weaknesses that I have, so I always have to have help or find my way around it. What I do is, I've got one here that's actually slightly smaller, which is fine because you put one on top of the other, but I'll show you now what to do. Okay, and what I find is finding that sort of like thick line here and just eyeing it inside, putting it on one of the thick lines and making sure that it's sort of central with the little squares inside, and making a mark on each side with a pencil. And then marking it straight from where I've made the mark with my ruler, a bit mucky at the moment, so that the lines match up with the edges of the lines on, or the edge on the other side, and then I draw a line. Okay, and I cut it. Okay, right. One side done for now. I want to keep it together. Next I did was I got a piece of cardboard and I put the toilet roll on top, drew a circle inside, cut it out, separate piece of quite thick paper. Okay, and this is for the ends obviously. And I glue it down. Let's use a smooth edge. And I eye it so it's sort of central. You can move it around a bit. About right. Doesn't matter if it's not exact. Okay. And then you let that dry. Oh, moved it there again. You can move it around till it starts to dry very quickly. And I've used this glue because I find it absolutely brilliant, this particular one. Okay. It dries quite quickly as well. And when I've done that, I clip around the edges. Okay, so I can glue it on the ends of the toilet roll. Okay. Right, let's choose the one that we're going to do now. So cut the other side, but I always mark it base because I know exactly where I am here. Okay, right. And what I actually do now is I glue the inside. I hope you're seeing this. Put the glue on the inside. And I fit the first part of the disc in. Okay. Takes a few seconds for it to just glue in. Alright. This is not an exact science, I might tell you. It's good to have your wet wipes, etc. And your tissues. Right, now, once that's done, you do the same with the other side, making sure it's all as central as possible. And I'm using big scissors because, well, it's a little bit like using big needles, which I've still got to get. That's a good tip from Fiona Jennings 644, that amazing lady. Okay, I cut around the edges, keep going. This is a bit laborious, but you know, it's worth it in the end. Doesn't matter if it doesn't fall out immediately, so. I've actually made quite a few of these, and they've gone with various gifts because you can actually make a little cushion or something inside to hold a necklace, or something to hold earrings. You can line it. It's very much up to you what you do with this. This is just sort of the basic idea now that I'm showing you. Okay, so we get rid of all the little bits. Okay, and you've got your next disc ready to fit on the end. Okay. Again, you glue the edges. See this? I hope I'm not taking it out of focus here. Okay, and you fit the other end. So say sometimes it takes a bit of time to set itself in there. Okay, making sure it's level. Okay, now you've got two ends. Alright, you wait for them to dry and you cut carefully along here. Okay, so you make for the next set to go on. You could put it on and you can cut it off separately, but I find it easier to do it the other way, so we'll wait for that to dry a little bit. Okay, now with this one, which is something I cut in half, it doesn't matter if it's slightly smaller, because toilet roll seems to come in all shapes, all lengths and widths basically, so it's good to find one that's slightly smaller or can match, because you can cut it up. Now what I've been doing, I found it's actually working. Let me see if I've got this here right. I've got one of these little X-cup things, which are I found sort of invaluable, and you can actually not only stick things on this, you can reshape the whole thing altogether. So I'm getting it just into the right place. Okay, come on. And you're left with like little decorations. Don't throw these little bits away. Alright, keep those little bits that you have. I'm sure other folk have got different designs there. I just do one for the back basically, and then I go around the edges. I possibly can. Okay. I'm only doing this very quickly. It doesn't matter if something splits, because you're going to be sticking this on anyway. Alright. And it is a little bit difficult sort of cutting toilet roll cardboard, but you know, you end up with little bits that you can use. I know it's a bit fiddly, but it gives it a really lovely effect. I'm going to just do one on the back here for now, because this is actually going to be the lid. Okay. So really what you're doing is preparing that. It doesn't matter, that can be glued when you sit it on top of the finished item. Now what I found was absolutely brilliant. Let's make sure my glue is working, because obviously you're wanting to create something that everyone's got different sort of little cutters like this, and you can place them round about. You know what you're going to do. Just glue them on. Perhaps a matching way. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I tend to use more glue than I actually need, really, but it's just putting it on so that it's sort of like there's a little bit more of a matching thing going on there. You can cut out leaves like I've done before, and certain other gosh, there's lots of ways you can do this. I've got one of those clamp things that I use occasionally just to bring things into, you know, to flatten them down, to make them glue. Okay. Oh. Let's come back and sort it. Okay. What I also find here is just eyeing it really and cutting the edges off. Okay, so so say this is going to be the front. Okay, you can always do sort of a little wobbly line. Not too deep, but you know. So in other words, you've got some sort of design going on. I'm going to add some more of these little things here. So I'm doing this quite fast so that you you get an idea, basically. All right. Just one more. Okay, right, now it does actually look quite good when you've got it all glued on, basically. I'll just eye this up and see if I can just neaten that up a little bit. Now we'll put a circle perhaps on there, just taking off the edges basically. Now, I think this is going to be the top. Okay, and you want it slightly shorter than this. You can actually make it a lot shorter if you want. Okay, and I glue that on. Now I've got little broken bits. I'm going to make that settle with a little bit of glue. So, okay. Right, and we're going round. Sure, we've got plenty of the old glue in places that we need it, along the designs. Okay, there's a little bit there. So what you do is you find that particular where the front's going to be, and you fit it on. You can move it around briefly until it dries. There, there's the front. Doesn't matter really, does it? There's a little broken bit. Now you can actually move it away from the edges. It doesn't have to be aligned up. Okay, so there we go. It's just getting it to sit, isn't it? I got these from a pound shop and I find them great for all areas of crafting. Now at this stage you can actually add in a clip or a design between the two sides. Alright, just go around and making sure everything is lying nice and flat. Okay, just lining things up and making it okay. Yeah, sticky fingers. So now you see you've got sort of like the top, as it were, of the little gift box. Let's get this off a cloth. Oh, sticky fingers. Alright, now, having done that, and hopefully this is sort of glued down by now, you make a nice clean, yeah, come here, you've got your ruler, and you line it up to the edges. You cut across there and over the edges of the box. You can see where we're going here. Edge of the box to the edge of the box. Okay, you can eye it too, so cut it off as neatly as you can, because I can know this is not, as I say, an exact science. And you do the same on the other side. Okay, make sure that nothing's moved. Okay, so you've got the sort of edges there. Now I'm looking for the other part. Now you can do the same again on the bottom part of this. Alright, see if I've got the right one. That's more like it. Right, so you fit in the next one, because this is the base. See if I can fit both of these as quickly as I can here. Make sure they're as lined as possible. I think it'll go better on that side. Okay. Part one. And then obviously you've got glue on both sides to hold them in place. Slide it in. Doesn't matter if it's slightly sort of like less than, you know, just get it as much as you can to the edges. Alright. If it's not exactly exact, as it were, you find that it will line up quite well. Okay. If not, you can always trim it, but let that dry. Okay. And then what you do is you add an extra, I think really this is for, you know, at this stage I tend to put in one of these, because this is something I was making earlier, and because I covered it all and I've caught out the patterns. Right, let me put this base on. Now you could add little feet, putting them on at this stage. I know, little pearls or something that you can add. This is just making a simple, really, box, but you can add the decoration while you're making it. So you make sure you've got it all nicely lined up. Okay. So it's slightly smaller, isn't it, from the main box, as it were. Okay. Just let those dry. Now the next thing, let's make sure they're all sticking. It actually doesn't take long to dry this glue. It's getting it to sort of stick down while you're moving everything around. Now that's not quite sort of central, so it doesn't matter if there's a little gap each side, because you always put a piece of old chain, stick it there, or a piece of this, stick it so you've got sort of like a nice little edge. Lots of ideas that you can do with this. Right, now we've got the top on the bottom, and try and find out which edge will fit better. Okay, so as you can see what we have here going. Alright, That's moved up a little bit more. Right, so now what you do is you've got the two bits hopefully glued down nice and tight. Sometimes things don't work well, do they? Nice and tight, glue them down. Okay. You can always add a little bit of extra glue if it hasn't been caught up. Now find out where it's going to sit nicely. Okay. Now that's going to be the place that you put your I find material works better on this, so I'll find a piece of material that I can cut that's because material, I think it makes a better there's a nice piece here, so what we want is we want to cut a little bit that's a pair of scissors. Now we've got a piece of cloth that you'll stick one side and then to the other, okay, but it's actually making sure you line them up. So I find sometimes a little bit of, hold on, where's my sellotape gone? Just go with this. Glue it inside first. Normally I just try and tape it so I know where exactly I am. Alright, and just glue it on the edge of the item that you're going to glue. Okay, and you put glue on the other side, because it's fabric glue too, so I find it good for gluing a lot of things. And if you can possibly line them up, you know where the glue is going to go anyway, so and stick it down. Not that they're overlapping or anything, but just stick them down so that you've got something that holds the two sides together, as it were, nice and steadily. Okay. Now some of these I've made in the past where I just add a piece of material that, like a ribbon or something, that I can actually just tie around the box with a little. Let that dry a little bit first before I move anywhere else. Something that you can put on that will hold. At the moment I'm using these, but you can actually take the centres out, you can actually change it, you can add a different centre. I'm using that small one at the moment, so I'm going to have to eye it again. So in the centre of that, this is sort of, yeah, it's just over 2 there, so I'll put that there, the mark. And we've got a large needle hiding somewhere I've been using. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? There we go. Do. Still keep eyeing it, and I tend to make a hole. I'm sure there's better ways of doing this, but This is what I'm doing at the moment, so make that slightly bigger. And we'll push this through. There we go. But don't push it so it's actually completely flush with the surface here. Get it to such a place where it can you can get a ribbon or something behind it. Okay. And just flatten that down. You find this is quite bendy. Right, and what I do there again, make sure everything's sticking down, because it does dry quite quickly. So next thing that we do is, let me see. Yes, I want a little bit of cloth or paper, whatever, just to sort of hold that in place. Alright, so I'm going to just hold on a minute, there's a lot of noise out here. What's going on? There we go. Noise from the office. Right, now what we do is coat that and stick that into place. Okay, so you can see it's just away from the surface there, and this will hopefully hold it down. Okay. Yeah. Now after this, let's stick together, come on. No, I'm not going to use a rude word. Stick down, stick down, stick down. Right, so you've got to that stage, you've joined the two. Alright, now what I find I do now is I coat it with the foil, basically, when it's all dry. Okay, you've still got the little button there. Alright, I do attach almost like a little ribbon here, and I can wrap it round and tie it round that particular area. Okay, now this is one I made yesterday. I'm going to have to let that one dry now, because I'd just like to say that you can actually make your own patterns here with the cardboard. Okay, you can actually stick on different things that maybe you have in your stash. So in other words, you can decorate not only the top, but you can decorate the bottom. But at the moment I don't leave it, but I leave it because you can actually put feet on it, and you can put a little clip or something that you'd like here, or something. Okay, and I just liked using something like this for a change. So as you can see, the actual pattern now is being caught, and you can see where it is. So I shall go on to paint that, okay, and I'll come back and show you the finished article, or maybe attach it to the end of this video. It's been nice to see and talk to you guys again. Sorry I was away for so long. I had a few things going on within the family, including somebody passing away, which was very sad. So I'm just sort of getting back into enjoying being my work again. I do hope you like this idea, so maybe there's a challenge out there. Let's see what you can do. Oh, also, you know, you can get these things. They're called lint rollers, aren't they? Okay. And what I do, what I found to be very interesting, is I've made a sort of little printer out of one of the old discs, one of these barrels here, and I just added a decoration. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Okay. And you can actually just roll it in very sort of weak solution of paint, and you can actually use it as a little printer to print things. Okay, and I found that sort of works quite well. I just thought I'd show you the fact that this is one I made sort of ages ago that really, I used like a gravy tin that you can buy, and I took out the bottom and I cut it in half, you see, and I have added material. I've still got to finish this yet, and of course what I've done there is I've put two little of those things, and I cut out patterns. I used material that I had in my stash, cut out some patterns from other material I had in my stash, and just added. Now that is a gravy tin. That's sort of like a little gift box. I think probably you could make a little bag out of that or what have you, but it was just very enjoyable making it. So you can get some lovely little gift boxes just using all sorts of different inners to kitchen rolls, toilet rolls, any other sort of cardboard containers you get, like gravy or coffee or whatever, and then you can start to do your own little designs, because once that's dry I shall be wrapping it again in the foil, and I shall be picking up all of the decorative effects. So perhaps somebody would like to have a go at this and tell me, you know, how they got on. Perhaps show us a video. Anyway, it's been lovely speaking to you guys. I hopefully will attach a picture of the finished article at the end of this video. So lots of love, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.